Hello all, I'm playing a Soviet T-34-57 today on the Berlin map in a realistic battle. I'd like to point out that this is a replay, so you're going to see red names over the enemies that I wasn't actually able to see during the battle. When I started out with this battle, I decided I was going to go towards the Bravo capture point with this tank because Soviet tanks have poor gun depression in general. And this tank, it's a premium tank by the way. This tank is no exception to that. So by going to Bravo, I'd be able to get into this river, and basically any targets are going to be either at level or above me, so I won't have to be aiming down too much. That was my main decision in going here. Actually, historically, I don't often go this way. But I've gotten more comfortable with it over battles that I've had in the last month or two, so I figured why not. As I moved up here, this tank, and Soviet tanks in general, are pretty much on par, I think, at this tier for speed with the British and German tanks that I would see, British and American tanks that I would see in this map. So I felt like I had a good chance of getting here unopposed, or also since I'm higher tier in this battle, actually I think I'm high tier in this battle, I figured I'd be able to hold my own against any confrontation I get into starting off. So we cap, and as soon as I finish capping I start moving ahead. And I see this T-14, I take my first shot, just kind of a guess through that wooden barricade that was there, and of course it bounced. My second shot though, I took out or damaged his turret crew, and so I decided to push aggressively on him and try and take him out. I don't know the T-14 that well, so I took some guess shots here and there, like the one trying at the machine gun port, and then went back to the turret since I was having better luck there, and just figured I'd kill his crew over time. And that's what I do. So when I move up here, my goal is basically to hold down that approach that the T-14 came through. But as you can see, I'm kind of eyeing the right side of the bank up there, the east side. In previous experience I've had, I've often had enemy come over that bank and get me with a side shot, so I'm nervous about staying here. And so I soon decided I'd be better off moving forward, using that bridge for cover from artillery maybe, and using that bank on the right side of the river up ahead for protection while I overwatch the opposite corner where you can see that M10 showing up. Now of course, like I said, I couldn't see his name at the time when I was going over the bridge, so I didn't see him there and I moved forward. He took up my turret wing. I started to back up and realized that was probably a bad decision and pushed forward behind here. And that works well. I also, while I'm here repairing, I take a moment to drop artillery. I'm showing this battle, number one, it's got some fun things that happen in it, but two, I saw some possible lessons about the Soviet tanks with this. Like I was saying, the gun depression being a big one to keep in mind when you're playing Soviet tanks. The T-34 can be a really dangerous beast. It's all about angling and its angled armor. I often had trouble taking them out. So really though, this tank, for some reason, I've never had the best of luck with it. I think it might be the turret is kind of an ammo trap. It doesn't bounce rounds very well when they hit it at the front braces and it knocks them up into the turret maybe. Anyway, so moving up here, this is a good example of the gun depression issue I have. I can see that Avenger up in front of me, but in order to actually fire on it, I'm going to have to climb all the way up on this ridgeline in order to get the shot. And of course that exposes me to any other enemies out here while I'm doing that. So as quickly as I can get the shot and get back to cover is important. And that is exactly why that M24 just shot me as I was backing down off of that ridge line. Now I figure I've got cover here with this little ridge on behind from the M24. I've got some allies over at Alpha that can keep him from moving forward, so I took the time to repair from that shot he put on me. Unfortunately, just made that bomb drop and it takes me out. So, I don't play Soviet tanks all that often, although I've done enough grinding with them that I've gotten up to the T-44 at least. Here I'm using this premium. Been using a premium tank to try and push my research on the tank lines for a bit. And I'm taking the KV-2 out here because, well, I've had the KV-2 for a long time, but I rarely use it because it's got this big derpy gun on it that I've always had problems with the aim on it. You know, you've got to lob the shell in on the target, which means you have to be pretty spot on with the range when you pull the trigger, particularly because the big heavy round it has also has a long reload time on it. So if you miss, it's really impactful. The other thing about the KV-2 is it's got a slow turret traverse, and it's big set it up. So the reason I'm playing it now is because I figure when I'm playing in the city, I'm going to have a lot less range issues. Most of my engagements should hopefully be closer ranges, and I can basically lock down a sweep or something like that. So I've been making an effort to play the KV-2 to try and unlock some of its components. I've only got on this at the moment the repair kit and fire extinguisher. And of course, my first target I spotted was at a range of about 600 meters, and I just lucked it in there. I didn't have a real good idea of what the range was from here to there, but I just kind of guessed based on, I don't know, previous experience with targets at that range or something. But I just lucked and hit him just right and knocked his engine out. Actually, I was surprised I didn't kill him. It's an open-top tank, and I figured with these explosive shells I would have knocked him right out. But second shot does the trick. You also got a chance to see that reload rate. So I was hoping to go to Alpha when I got into KV-2 because the Alpha cap point actually has less approaches for the enemy to come through. So if with that bad turret traverse, I'd be able to lock down an avenue and hold it. But I saw that there's enough allies over on Alpha, it's just crawling over there. And nobody was at Charlie, so I decided, even though Charlie has a lot more alleyways and streets for enemies to use to dance on it, I figured somebody had to be over there, so I went over there. You're going to see me use binocular aiming here. This is something I've covered in past videos. Basically, I'm using my binoculars to locate the target and line everything up, and then all I have to do is figure out the elevation. This is more guesswork on my part. I figured I'd moved up enough that probably it was closer to 400 than 600 meters I used before, and that pays off. It goes right through it and takes them out. That is actually pretty much the video. I thought it was funny that, for all my concerns about range with these KV-2 shells, the two targets I actually dealt with were long range, and I had no problem with them, honestly. So, but from here on out, it's just waiting for the clock to go down. Our allies hold them at their respawn point, and I just spend the rest of the time calling forward, and I don't really spot anything. So, I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, thank you very much for watching.